Hey guys, so I wanted to hop on and create a quick little video just explaining LastPass. I know there's been talk about LastPass, or people might have heard it or seen it, but they don't quite understand what it does. So I wanted to hop on here for a second and kind of explain what LastPass does. So let's say I go to any website. When I go to log in, essentially what happens is I can either try and remember my password and my login, or I can have a program basically do it for me. People on Macs, Keychain essentially does this, and I believe there's an equivalent as well for PCs. But essentially what LastPass does is with the plugin, it creates this little thing right here. So when I go click on this, it tells me, oh, I've got 3 different accounts, and it tells me the username, and then if I go ahead and click this, so if I want to sign in with this one, and then I go here, it'll basically fill it in with my username and my password. Usually it does the two at the same together, so if I go to Acloy, it'll make that bigger. So basically it's filling it all in for me. What that allows us to do is a few things. One is instead of having a password that's easy, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that people can guess, or that's really hackable essentially, when we want to make things more secure, basically we can make things more secure but not have to remember it. So let's say that I'm just starting on this website, for instance, and I'm going to a new website. I've never been there before, and I'm like, okay, I need a new password. What I can do is, this is a plugin for LastPass, and what it allows me to do is I go to here, generate secure password, and I can choose basically how long I want my password to be, and then I can choose different characters. And you can see here, it basically made a string of different letters and things that are basically nonsense. I am never going to remember that, ever. So what I do is basically you use this password. When you go to make your account, LastPass is going to pop up with a box on the side. It's going to ask you if it wants to store it, and then it gets stored. So if I go into my LastPass, you can see I've got all these different accounts, and they all have basically my username and then a password. But you can see my password is something I'm never going to remember. If you guys want to go into that account, go for it. I don't use it. But basically, it's making a string of things so that I'm less hackable, that people aren't really going to get into my things as likely. So I use that for my Facebook. I use it for every single thing that I have. It's got a password in here that's stored for me. I also have it built in with my browser here, making it really easy to either create one, or as you can see when I go to a site, it pops up with this thing for me. So that's essentially what LastPass does, where it also allows you to share passwords. So if I want somebody to be able to log into my website, for instance, what I can do is go and share my password with them. I can share my LastPass information. They'll see my username, but they won't see, so they'll see this, but it'll literally look like this. If I try to click show password, like I did when I just showed you my password here, so when I went here, and if I were to try and click this, it won't show it to me. It'll just say, hey, sorry, you can't see this, but you have access to it. So it enables you to allow people into your stuff without actually giving them the password for things. So you can basically be giving them almost temporary access, or you can give them full access and then change the password if you want. But that's what it basically allows you to do. If anyone's got questions, feel free to ask. I know there's videos about how to install, how to use it, etc. But I just kind of wanted to explain why it's good. I feel like we miss that part sometimes. So really, it's about protecting yourself and making your stuff less, basically less hackable, less likely for people to get into your stuff. You're making more secure passwords. You can also have this LastPass like on your phone. And so mine's on different devices. So if I need that password to get on my phone into an app or something, I can copy and paste it from my phone on my phone, and making it easier so I don't actually have to type out !19J, whatever. So that's what LastPass is. I hope that helps some people understand it a little bit. I'm helping somebody this weekend kind of get started with it, and I've helped somebody on the phone before. So if you've got questions, feel free to ask. I just wanted to give that kind of information for you guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys.